what's up guys? Jeff here at A Fine Card Collector, and I'm back at you with a second video today. Yes, a second video. I put out a video this morning, or late this morning. It was a thank you video to Donnie over at Vintage Card Collecting Victories. He had a appreciation contest, or a subscriber appreciation contest, that I had won a card in that contest, and so I had showed that and put a video out for that. I'd also mentioned that I had a bunch of other cards that were in the mail when I got home from Mexico, and I'm kind of deciding I'm going to break that up. I'm not going to show everything that I got because I'm still short one 60s card that I'm waiting on. But what I did get today, and I'm very excited about, is my one card SGC return. Yes, this is the one I've been talking about. I waited, I think, 22 days, which is fine. They're a 15 to 20 day service now. I think it was 22 days, and then they finally sent it back to me. But the exciting thing about this card is that this is the final card I need for my top 180s cards, my top 100 cards of the 1980s. Yes, this is the final card I need. And so I had the card, I bought it. It was in an old SGC holder, and I ended up resubmitting it to SGC just for a reholder. So just got that back. So I'm super excited. I haven't even looked at it yet in the new holder. This is how it came in a box. I already opened up the box. So that's what I'll do. I will show this, and then I'll just give you a quick glance at how I have my two boxes of 100 top cards of the 1980s stored. So again, last card I needed for the set, and it's a big one. It's one of the bigger ones of the 1980s. So let me open this one up and show. Packaged it up nice. And there we go. Yep, beautiful. And I love how these cards look in SGC holders. I collect a mix of SGC and PSA cards. When I first started buying, or when I first decided to do this set, I wanted all these cards graded in this set because I want to display them, and I want them to display them graded in uniform. So I was determining, okay, am I going to buy them all in PSA or SGC? I'm not saying those are the only two quality grading companies out there, but those are the two that I like. PSA, I trust them the most, long-term, value-wise. But SGC, I think they're the best-looking slabs. I know a lot of people disagree, but they're my favorite. When I look at cards in SGC slabs, I think they're presented really nice. I love the tucks. So, I had a lot of these cards previously before I sold my whole collection, and I had them all PSA graded. And everything I had previously were PSA 9s. And that's how I used to always collect everything in the 80s. And then when I got back into buying the 80s again, prices went way up, from when I purchased them back in, let's say, the early to mid 2010s. PSA 9s, the prices have gone way up. So I was telling myself, I don't need PSA 9s. They're for my personal collection, and I want to display them, so I don't need 9s. And so what I decided on was going with SGC 8.5s. And so there's a big price difference in SGC 8.5s versus PSA 9s. And again, I love how the cards are displayed in SGC cases or slabs. So I decided to do them all in SGC. If I would have known about Mag Pros prior to me doing this, I probably would have just bought them all raw. I mean, maybe, that's hard to say because there's some cards in here that I just probably wouldn't buy raw. But yeah, so then it wouldn't look uniform, and you know, so I don't know. I probably did the right thing based on what I want to do in displaying. So so I ended up deciding on all SGC 8.5s for everything, or you know, better. Most of this, out of all 100 cards that I have, probably 90 of them are SGC 8.5s. And then there's, you know, a handful of 9s and maybe a few 9.5s. Oh, actually, I do have one 8, the Ricky Henderson, the 80 Topps Ricky Henderson. I have that in an SGC 8. I will want to upgrade that to an 8.5. I just haven't done it yet. But anyways, the card that came today and what I'm holding in my hand, the last card that I need for my SGC run of the top 100 cards of the 80s is the 1984 Topps Tiffany Don Mattingly. Let me see if I pull it out of this sleeve, if it'll give it any better of a view. I doubt it, but we'll see what it does. Yeah, not so much. Not so much. But nonetheless, beautiful card. Awesome that I finally have this set done. This card's centered beautifully. It's sharp. It's glossy. You know, the back is bright. Again, won't be able to see it really too well here, but let's see if I can find a good spot, but not really. Probably doesn't look much different than the regular Topps version of this Mattingly, but again, this is the Tiffany version, and it's beautiful. So again, this set, you know, I don't know if the first time I saw it, and I don't know if anybody knew about it beforehand, but it came out in Beckett Baseball, January 2019. So it's the one with Don Mattingly on the cover. It says it's the top, or it says this is ranked top 80 cards of the 1980s. But when you actually look through this and look at the cards, they give you 20 more cards. Or actually, no, they don't give you 20 more cards. They say to look at Beckett website for the other 20 cards. So they rank 80 in here, and then they have 20 other cards on their website. And then it became a PSA set registry, and that's when pretty much I started, you know, buying cards off this. So once again, I have all 100 now, and this is how I have them stored. So I have them stored in these, I think it's BCW Super Vault storage boxes. You can see I have them labeled. So top 100 cards of the 80s. Here's 1 through 50 in here. Well, actually, 1 through 49. This is number 50. But all in SGC slabs. Well, let's do this. And then the other box I have is also the top 100 cards of the 1980s, numbers 51 through 100. And once again, all SGC slabs. Again, it's just for me because I'm going to display them. I'm going to build 2 display cases showing all 100 of the cards. So for me to have them all in SGCs displayed is going to be really nice. And there's tough ones in here. You know, I mean, there's a lot of cards in here that are pretty common. You know, obviously, you know, card number 1, the 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. Right, a million of them made. You know, not a rare card by any means. Also, like I said, 8.5. Probably 90% of these are in 8.5s. But there's some tough cards in here. You know, for instance, number 16. Let me pull a couple out. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, this is a tough card right here. I think there was only, from what I read, a print run of 6,000. And again, to find it in SGC, harder to come by than PSA, right? Because most of the time these are probably graded PSA. But I mean, just some awesome cards. The 89 Bowman Tiffany Ken Griffey Jr. in an 8.5. Yeah, man, that glare is terrible. That's probably, no, that's a good spot. But that's a tough card, you know, and it's tough to find. And again, when you're trying to do it all in SGCs, it's tough, you know. Ooh, I should show. Let me show one more, and then I'll wrap this video up. Number 69. 1, 2, so 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 59, if I can get it out of here. All right. Another tough card. You know, it's one of those cards where for the amount of money spent on this card, you can get so many other great cards. But I love the 80s, and it was just a card that I've always wanted. Never really thought I would own, never thought I'd really pull the trigger and pay, you know, the price it demands for it. But I'm glad I have it. I bought it as a birthday present to myself, I think last year. My birthday's in February. So February of 2024, I bought this for myself. But it is the famous 1987 Donruss opening day, Barry Bonds, but Johnny Ray pictured. And again, you know, just trying to find it in an 8.5, you know, you just don't find it very often. And so finally came across it. There was a seller and I on eBay worked out a deal outside of eBay. I was nervous because I obviously, you know, sent him the money, but went smooth. He sent me the card, and it all worked out. So anyways, that's all I wanted to show today. I have some other things in the mail that I'm going to show probably together once I have the last card that shows up of that, you know, 60s, the 6 cards of the 60s purchase I made. Once I have that, that should be here tomorrow or the next day. I'll probably make a video of showing that. And then I somehow want to create a video showing all of these top 100 cards of the 1980s, whether I have to do it in 20 or 25 card segments and break it up, or if I find a way to kind of edit it where I can go through, show all the cards quick, you know, I'll do something like that. But again, those will be kind of the next or coming up videos I end up doing. So yeah, until then, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.